Okay, I was about to get in the shower, but Spirit is talking way too loud to me and got me all up in my feelings and my sha-na-na. Just so fucking grateful for life right now, for my life, for my journey, for my trials, my tribulations, for this test. This year has been nothing but a test. I know for a fact that had I failed this test this year, it would have been over. This was like a make it or break it season. And each and every trial that came at me, the old me would have reacted a totally different way than new me reacted this year. Each time that happened, I saw some level of elevation. This is why I say I have to share the journey with you, because it's not something I could just explain. It's something you have to experience for yourself. I'm 40 years old. For 40 years, every year has had some trial or trauma or heartbreak or something overwhelmingly dramatic that messed up something economically for me. I haven't had a peaceful life. But I've had a lot of fun because I'm a goofy ass person. I'm adventurous, not as adventurous as I used to be because she ain't 20 no more. But everything that I'm doing now, I'm just like baby stepping. Every business plan, the books, me starting on this social media trail, because I don't do social media. I'm a people's person. I need to feel your energy. I need to look in your eyes. I like hugs. I'm a goofy ass person, and I like to have people around me if I'm engaging. And I don't see how people be. How do you have that kind of time? But I realized that this generation, that's all they really know. So in order for me to be able to reach people, I have to go where the people are, and the people are on social media. So I'm learning. This year I got on there. I kept saying it for like 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna get started. 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna finish the book. 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna finish these business plans. And each time I would let one of those trials or tribulations knock me off my game, throw me into a depression or overwhelming circumstance that takes all of my focus, all of my energy, all of my headspace. My husband, oh my God, that was a whole fucking... It's crazy because I can't hate him, because it's like diamonds aren't created without pressure. He refined my fucking ass. I would not be here right now in this headspace, in this journey, in this divine state of mind had I not been through the things I went through with him. Prior to revelation and elevation and understanding, I took those trials and tribulations as, why the fuck is God always whooping my damn ass? I am not this horrible of a person. Because even when I do bad things, quote unquote, because I don't believe in good or bad, but that's another subject. Even if I do something that's bad, it's definitely out of circumstance and necessity. I don't go walking through life on a malicious, intentful level. I'm not a hurt person trying to hurt people. I'm not one of those people that try to figure out how to take. I'm not needy. I'm not out here trying to use anybody, abuse anybody. Well, I didn't understand why my life just was so hard. And I see people who are horrible people and they living it up. And I'm like, what is so wrong with me? But I was in such a victim's mindset. I couldn't see beyond the bullshit to see the blessing. So this year, those same trials, I'm not going to say they were exactly the same, because it's a different circumstance, but it's the same test. And I didn't react the same. Even if I started to react the same, in my new understanding, I caught myself and I would correct myself. I would check the fuck out myself. I talk to myself in the mirror like, bitch, you know you tripping, right? I have no problem with that, because I'm definitely as right is right and wrong is wrong type of person. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are the president of the United States. If you're wrong, I have no problem telling you fucking wrong. And this year, I actually was able to stop blaming the world and blaming God and woe is me and getting caught in the victimization of my life. And I turned it around. I said, no, I declare victory over it. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I stopped indulging in the dramas. If that's what it is, let that be what it is then. And let's just move on. And if you make me go there, I will eventually calm down. And I still will check the fuck out myself first. And then I go correct the situation. If I'm wrong, I have no problem apologizing. If you're wrong, I have no problem letting you know exactly where you were wrong in a very calm, direct, and factful nature. Not emotional. Not all in my feelings. Let's get it over with. I was able to walk away from so many things that I did not want to let go of, but I knew were poison to my life. And my dad used to tell me that little fable. He was like, it's a man walking through the woods, comes across this snake, and it's all wounded and it's dying. And the man picks up the snake, takes it home, and nurses it back to health. As soon as the snake gets healthy, it turns around and bites him. And basically looks at him and say, well, you knew I was a snake when you picked me up. That was pretty much what I did with each and every trial and tribulation that had a foundational choice I made that created it. And I was able to accept these things. And each time I felt the elevation of growth. I felt the elevation and empowerment. And then I got to the point where I was hearing, I don't know, if you're religious, spiritual, whatever. I'm spiritual. And I know that I have a creator that loves me so much that he created me with a divine power within me. But he also surrounds me with spirit to guide me, help me, protect me each and every moment of my life. While I'm sitting here acting like I'm all alone and nobody loves me, doesn't matter. You're good. You're taken care of. If you get out your own way, you're good. I say I learned that lesson so good this year because I literally went through this whole year pretty much having money for maybe 9 hours after my check hit and having to wait until the end of the month, and then at the end of the month get that check, and I might have money for maybe 3 days, and then I have to wait to the 15th again, and then to the end of the month, then to the 15th, because I'm used to having a 2-person household. Now it's just me, and I'm realizing the world ain't the same. One, I don't like being single. There's no way in hell I'll go back to that marriage, but I don't like being single. I was meant to be a wife because I'm damn good at it. I feel like everybody's stuck on stupid. You don't realize when you're stuck in your little bubble of home life and mama and wife and work, and you get caught up in it and you kind of get disconnected from the rest of the world. And then when you step off the porch and you actually have to go back out there and you realize it's just crazy out here. You got the most thoughtless people running the world straight to hell and making it impossible to even, make ends meet economically. Agendas that's tearing everybody's minds, souls, and hearts to shit. And religious propaganda that's taken away true spiritual knowledge and true connection to our creator. And everybody's walking around lost, hurt, mad, ignorant. Some people, I don't understand how dark a soul can be. It's like you could look yourself in the mirror, like, so you could just do that and be okay. Like, that was, who does that? Like, the shit I've been seeing is like, wow. Then I remember who I used to be. And I used to be just like that. And I didn't realize just how much I changed. Spirit just, oh my God, it just overwhelmed me with so much gratitude for the lessons, the trials, the tribulations, the bad times, the good times, the hard times, the tears, the blood, sweat, all of it. I can't be more grateful. I have no doubts that each and everything that I went through, there is at least one person out there that feels like they're the only one. I have so many scenarios that I probably could match stories with pretty much anybody. At the end of the day, I have been through a lot. And I think it's all because it was all a test. When was I going to let go of the hurt, the pain, the anger, the loss, the lack? When was I going to let that go? Truly connect to my creator. Truly embrace who I am as a divine being. Allow myself to at least start, even if I don't know what I'm doing, with whatever it is I feel in my heart and spirit to do, because each and every one of us has had something that's been pulling on our spirit all our life. It's not even work for you. You love doing it. In reality, it doesn't look like it could make a living for you or sustain you, or maybe somebody would think you're freaking insane for doing it. Who gives a fuck? We were each placed here for our own experience. And I think we are all also here to share those experiences. Each and every one of us can learn from them. We can grow from them. We can put that knowledge together and fill in some gaps, and maybe we can find out the true history of the world, life, who we are, the creation of the world. We can find out all the real truths, not the bullshit that was shoved down our throats from K through 12. There is so much more to life than I have been living these 40 years. But this year, even though I was going through some of that same bullshit, I saw nothing but blessing after blessing. And even in the most painful of the stuff I went through, especially with that narcissistic, straight, selfish, self-centered, I don't give a damn about nobody's feelings but my own, sex addict, abusive, freaking manipulative, literally ripped my heart to shreds, and then looked at me like, well, you really gonna leave me? How dare you? Got mad at me for saying, 10 years is a long time to give somebody to try to figure it out. I don't know how many more chances. But I was able to walk away. He was a addiction. He was a worse addiction than my cigarettes. He was an addiction for me. He was a soul tie. He was a karmic lesson that I had to walk away from officially. I always wanted to figure out how I could just hold on a little bit. I had to completely let it go. I had to let go of friends. I had to let go of certain ideas and mindsets. I had to let go of certain hurts and pains. I had to let go. And then the only other thing Spirit said do is whatever you are feeling, that pull that you got in your sha-na-na. I don't care what you don't have, who you don't know, what you haven't learned, what skills you haven't cultivated. It doesn't matter. You take a step. It's almost like I said, just go and crank the car up. You ain't even got to put it in gear. Just crank the fucking car up. I got you. And I'm seeing it. I see it. Oh my God, I see it. And I'm so grateful. I know now why it all happened. And the peace, the joy. Oh my God, the calm. Even when drama comes to my phone, I could easily tell them I don't want to hear that shit, Fuck off my phone. Even if I go out these doors and somebody tries it, I'll only give you one opportunity to think twice. And then I'll two-piece in a biscuit you as I walk on by and continue my day. I have no issues no more because we never had issues. Everything that happens, if you haven't noticed, it works out. If you're still here, there's not one thing we've gone through that destroyed us. You've got breath in your body. You still got a chance to figure it out. Most of us just want to stay stuck in it. If you're not a mama and daddy by now, they're just as human as you are. They have the same pains, trials, tribulations, hurts, lessons to learn. They didn't know. But at the end of the day, when you know better, you do better. So if you see that something happened in your world that wasn't right, what are you doing to make sure that it doesn't happen again? What lessons are you learning to make sure you can pass down so nobody else is a victim? What are you doing with that pain? Are you just going to sit there and wallow in it? Because the past don't even exist no more. So you're literally just sitting there wallowing in something that isn't there. You're just holding on to nothing instead of figuring out what you can do now. It didn't destroy you. You're still holding on to it, then you're still here. Get the fuck up. Do something. Just do something. Anything. And I got you. I have finished entire business plans and I did not know how I did it. God. For as much as I've lost, not one of those things do I feel lack. As much as I've hurt this year, not one of those things are still being carried as a painful burden on my back. I've lost all that weight. I've lost it. And I'm not talking about physical weight. I'm talking about burden, baggage, bullshit. It's gone. Oh, I let it go. I let go of the bag lady. Erykah Badu, I went to your concert. You are everything. I'm obsessed with you. I don't fan out about many people, but you are one, and Chris Brown is the other. Oh, God, Chris Brown. You just don't know. I'm so obsessed with Chris Brown. If I ever meet him, he will go missing for a night. He's going to be screaming, somebody get this bitch off me, because I'm going to do things to him that has to be illegal in some countries. I just want my one night. I love him so much. I just want to do nasty, filthy things to him. And that's so not what this video is about. Back to the subject at hand. What were we talking about? This is the problem. This is those distractions. You got to stay focused. I'm grateful for every freaking lesson learned this year. Every pain. Everybody who tried to come against me. It's crazy because I swear so much shit was coming at me like I was a dartboard. And half of it, I didn't even have to make a phone call. Some of it I never even knew about. And some of it I just said, okay, well, we'll get to it when we get to it. And Spirit will lay it up on my soul when I move. And when I moved, I've been just floating, just on a breeze, like. And then I'll have my days where shit gets hard and I feel some pain. And I'm actually allowing myself to feel the pain. I don't suppress anymore. I'm very emotional now, though. I was never emotional. When this year, I'm so marshmallowy. I've learned to express myself. I've learned to stop being ashamed of my emotions, of my tears, of my pain, of my hurt. If you hurt me and you cause me to cry, you're going to see me cry. I might slap the shit out of you, but I'm not holding back no more. I'm going to tell you very, very directly why I'm slapping the shit out of you with tears in my eyes. I don't have nothing to fear anymore. And it's crazy because I honestly don't even feel like I have to follow anybody's fucking rules anymore. I don't want to live by anybody else's standards anymore. This is my life, my journey, my experience. And I'm going to do it my way. I'm done. The systematic, oppressive, lifelong battle of bullshit that we have bought into, I'm opting out. I'm taking the red pill. I'm getting off the plantation. I thought Kanye was crazy when he was saying slavery is a choice. I didn't get it, Kanye. I get it now. So fucking facts. We just throw our chains on and walk out the door. Get to singing Negro spirituals. Nobody knows the trouble. That's how we all walking through life. As we go into jobs we hate. Go home to marriages that tear us apart. Not even really raising our kids because we ain't fixed ourselves, raised ourselves, so we damaging them too to repeat the cycle. We have been sold some bullshit. And this year, I'm seeing how to walk up out of it. I'm about to share my journey. You're gonna look at me and be like, bitch, you said that shit. I did. I told you. A couple times. I tried to tell you. Nobody tried to tell me. But Spirit damn sure did. And that's what I kept feeling today. I was like, how many times did Spirit say, move, move? That it give me inspiration, it'll give me motivation, it'll give me an opportunity. And I mean, I'll get momentum and I'll be hyped, I'll be ready to go. And then all of a sudden, drama just knocks me down and I just forget how to get back up. Nobody knows. And not one thing destroyed me. I'm still here. Every single thing I sat there and cried and snotted about. How could it? Why? How do I? What am I? Oh my God. What? I'm still here. Ain't not one motherfucking thing prevailed. Not one. Go figure that shit out. I'm gonna go wash my ass.